Chelsea Peretti, I think, went at Whitney on Twitter, was like, hey, you shouldn't, if you're having influencer parties, like she unfollowed a few people because she thinks we're all trying to spread COVID. It's like, you know what? I'm a little sick of this idea that any of these people, they all went out and are now saying they're really concerned with COVID and people spreading COVID. So this idea that all these Hollywood people are coming out and they're just so paranoid. We had a small comedy show in a back fucking yard. People are allowed to do things you don't agree with. I know your husband's a trillionaire and he's very talented and you have talent as well, but people are allowed to do things, Chelsea, that you don't agree with. You are not the dictator of this country because you have lots of money and your brother runs BuzzFeed. And somebody needs to tell these people in Hollywood that. You don't run the country. Your opinion is no fucking validity to it just because you have a lot of money. You sit on a stack of money and yell at everyone because some people have to go out and make a living and you can swim in your pool and tweet. These are children. These are ridiculous children. I'm a little sick of this. I don't give a fuck about any of these people. I truly don't. A fuck about any of them. Come on my show. I have a bigger audience than you. Your Twitter's fake. No one cares. You make institutional money. You get stuffed. You get money stuffed down your throat by a corporation, then you tell everybody how to live. Shut the fuck up. Truly. Have a dialogue with me. You would be on the floor, not physically, but intellectually, you'd be on the floor in a few minutes because you don't know anything you're talking about. You've never read a book. Cut it out now. You think you know anything? What are you, a virologist? People on a basketball court having a party is a problem? Stop telling everybody that voted for Trump that they're Nazi scum. That's going to turn them into Nazi scum, by the way. Stop doing fucking events with Amy Poehler and whoever you're doing these events with. And Hillary Clinton's back from the dead. How do you want to lose again? Apparently so. Shut your mouth. And listen, I love Whitney to death. That fucking come vote comedy that they all did is an abomination. It was an abomination, and Whitney had the best set because she's a real comp, but that telling people to vote is the most patronizing shit ever. Shut your mouth. Do you have a voting plan? Yeah, it's hard to vote. It's annoying to vote. I tweeted about it today. It's annoying to vote. You can order a fucking Thanksgiving dinner with a click of your phone, and to vote, you got to go to a library that nobody knew existed 3 towns away. But guess what? If you're not going to do that, and I can't tell you to do that. It's my job to tell you to fucking vote. I'm going to tell you to vote. You're going to come to a nightclub, hear me talk shit about everybody and everything, and then I'm going to end it with a PSA and tell you to vote and eat your vegetables and drink water and exercise. And remember to get moving out there. Why don't you tell people to exercise? Same shit. Half the country doesn't vote. Half the country's fat as fuck. It's the same thing. Tell them that. Make sure to keep moving, guys. That's better advice. Make sure to take your vitamins and keep moving. You're lecturing everybody about how they can go outside. And you get mad at Instagram influencers because they're hot. I'm sorry, you're not hot, Chelsea. I'm not hot. Let's be friends. Let's not be good looking together. You want to try it? I'm in. I'm sorry. Some of your crew, Mulaney's a cutie. Mulaney's a cutie. But Brinkley is all right. Kroll, not so much. You, not so much. Me, not so much. It's okay. Draw the curtain behind us. We're fine. We're not Nosferatu. But listen, what are we hating on Instagram because they want to sit there with their empty heads and their perky tits? Let it happen. I'm really going off today, folks. I've had enough. I've just had enough. I've had enough. I swear to Christ with these people. These fucking stupid, alternative, fucking rich, fucking Ivy League, grew up in a fucking wealthy area, never met a black person, never went anywhere, never did anything cool. They were treated like shit in school, which is how they should be treated now. They had no confidence in high school, and that was the right way. It should have worked out. But instead, we stacked Hollywood and New York with a bunch of nerds that elevated tons of people that now want to lord over all of us like fucking... Shut up. You imagine Jackie Gleason out there doing voting PSAs? Can we calm down? Yeah, vote. Vote, everyone. I'm telling you to vote. Vote. And if you don't want to vote, don't fucking vote. I don't give a shit what you do. I'm not going to lie to you. You want to run a couple of miles? Run a couple of miles. You want to swim? Swim. That's good. Hey, you don't want to do that? Don't do it. What the fuck am I here to tell you to do? I'm sick of these sociopath millionaires that pretend they give a flying fuck about anything. You don't. The fuck off Twitter. Don't you have children? Doesn't anyone raise their children? Is every 5 minutes in these homes, mommy, give me the phone? These people aren't eating children. They're not even raising theirs. This is one of those episodes where another 10% of Hollywood is done with me. That's okay. Go right down there to Dallas. Not a problem. Be in a corporate steakhouse sitting in Paris. Not a problem. Don't care. Don't care. Whoo! It's just, I'm coming in hot today because it's enough is enough with every celebrity. Little Dicky uploading that he's naked with his dick between his legs. If you vote, I'll show you my dick. Are we a serious country? Do we deserve to exist? Should we exist? Should we not have a dictator? Tell me why we shouldn't have an authoritarian putting the butt of a gun in everyone's mouth. We are a disgusting, slovenly country who've... you want to talk about... why don't you vote celebrities out? Vote them out. Vote them out and listen and watch other shit. And Little Dicky's talented, and that show's funny. But those fucking... These things, this fucking fake... fraud that everybody participates in every 4 years when they all decide that it's their time to act like fucking, you know, who's the guy that rode through the woods? Paul Revere. Right. Paul Revere. Go vote. Voting. And this is not, I'm not saying anything that you shouldn't vote. You should vote. Local shit's very important. You should vote federally. You should vote and do whatever you want. But it's not my fucking job. And it's not my job to tell you what risks you're comfortable with coronavirus. How did this become people's job? How did it become people's job to shame people? These are the same people that were pinning the A on Esther Prynne for the Scarlet Letter. These are the same. I love that these people think they're progressive. You would have been burning witches at the stake. Chelsea Peretti would have been burning people at the stake and talking about how virtuous she was and how much it was needed. And this is the person that just lectures people all day. She tries to destroy Joey Diaz's life because he told a story 7 years ago, and he's got a daughter, and she's trying to take the food out of his daughter's mouth. We all didn't marry a millionaire, Chelsea. Joey didn't marry a millionaire. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm single. I know that he married you because, you know, you're hot or whatever in his eyes. But whatever, I'm glad you're in love, and I'm glad you have a nice life, but you went at one of my friends and tried to take food out of his daughter's mouth because you didn't like a fucking story he told. The guy did heroin for most of his life. Do you think he's getting all the facts straight? You know, and you go after people, you know, and you go after people, and you think that we're all monsters. You're a monster, okay? That's the reality. You're a fucking monster. And you should fucking pay for Joey's daughter. You should fucking compensate for every ad dollar that he lost for some cuck company that fucking fell off his fucking podcast. And you people are so sick of going to festivals with us and fucking not doing that well. That's the reality. Having soft sets in front of the industry, going into fucking JFL and doing okay in front of the people that should fucking, you know. And what were you on again? Brooklyn Nine-Nine? That iconic, brilliant. Will you stop? Just be happy. Be happy it worked. Be happy it worked. And your brother runs BuzzFeed, which is trying to make us all get out in the street and cut each other's faces open because every 15 minutes they run top 20 reasons you should kill your parents this Thanksgiving. I mean, am I missing something? We've opened the gates of hell. These people are standing at the gates of hell with fucking WD-40 to get them open quicker. And then they come and yell at everybody because they're... And I think Chelsea's talented. I think she's funny. I'm not saying that she sucks. I'm talking about this attitude, and I think her husband's insanely talented. And I think Kroll and Mulaney and Birbiglia, I think they're all very, very, very talented people. Some more than me, not really. But let's say that. Let's just say that. We know that's not true. But let's say that maybe there's an argument for Mulaney. Whatever. You know what I mean? But it's just, there's a certain unfortunate attitude that is now pervasive, and it is everywhere in this town. And people go at Rogan and they say Rogan's this and Rogan's that. Rogan has done more for comics and asked for less in return than any human being I've ever met. Rogan has done nothing but help people. He's done nothing but put people on. He's done nothing but give people an opportunity to sit there for 2 hours or 3 hours and talk pretty much uninterrupted and get their fucking point of view out there. Okay? And the idea that this guy is like a transphobe because he doesn't want a man who a biological man who's transitioned to start beating a woman to a pulp in a ring. The idea that he somehow doesn't want that and that makes him some kind of devil is how sick we are. Truly. I'm just a little sick of it. I don't want to take that long of an aside to go through it, but I'm just a little sick of it. And this should have been the regular episode, to be quite honest. So don't get mad if we just replay this on the regular episode, because frankly, it should be heard by more people. So if we amputate this chunk and just throw it on the regular episode, don't feel like you got gypped. It just needs to be seen by a wider audience. Back to the Esquire article. Well, my schedule just got cleared up. There's a few parties I wasn't attending anyway that now I definitely... But you can see me at the Beverly Hills Hotel eating pancakes and keto. So this lug who writes... That's somewhere your agent might call you and go, hey, how are you doing? Is everything all right? Yeah, everything's all right. Folks, you're paying money for this. You might as well get your money's worth, right? Anyway, it's kind of rough to transition now. So,